You've probably heard people say the US dollar used to be backed by gold. You know, real value, something solid. But honestly, the way that system ended, it wasn't slow, it wasn't gradual. It ended in one night with one announcement. This is the Nixon shock, the moment money changed forever. After World War II, the world ran on a system called Bretton Woods. Every currency was tied to the US dollar, and the dollar was tied to gold at $35 an ounce. It worked for a while, but by the late 1960s, the US was drowning in debt. Vietnam, social programs, massive government spending. Countries saw the dollar getting weaker, and they started asking, can we have the gold instead? France, Britain, and others began exchanging their dollars for real gold, tons of it. And suddenly, gold started leaving the US Treasury fast. The whole system was cracking. August 15, 1971, President Richard Nixon goes on live TV. He looks calm, but what he says shocks the entire world. The United States will suspend the convertibility of the dollar into gold. With that one sentence, he ended the gold standard. He killed Bretton Woods. And the dollar became just paper backed by trust. The next morning, markets froze, currencies panicked, and the modern financial system began. Money was no longer metal, it was whatever the government said it was. But removing gold didn't fix America's problems. It actually made the 1970s a lot worse. 1973. The Arab oil producers cut off oil shipments to the US and Europe because of Western support for Israel. Oil didn't just get expensive, it quadrupled. $3 a barrel became 12. Gas stations ran dry. People waited in line for hours. Inflation hit like a truck. America needed a new foundation for the dollar. Gold was gone. Cheap oil was gone. So the US created something new. 1974, quiet meetings with Saudi Arabia, the biggest oil exporter in the world. The United States offered a deal. Sell your oil in US dollars only, and we'll protect your kingdom, militarily, politically, completely. Saudi Arabia agreed. OPEC followed, and just like that, every country on earth needed dollars to buy oil. Germany, dollars. Japan, dollars. Everyone. This became the petrodollar system, a dollar backed not by gold, but by global demand for energy and American power. And honestly, it changed everything. The US gained constant demand for its currency. It gained influence over global trade. It gained a financial empire without a single bar of gold. But it came with costs too: debt cycles, inflation, and decades of Middle East politics. So no, the modern dollar isn't backed by gold, but it's not backed by nothing either. It's backed by oil, alliances, military protection, and trust. Nixon ended the gold standard. The oil crisis created a vacuum, and the petrodollar filled it. That's how one night, one speech, and one deal rebuilt the entire global economy. Because in the end, the world doesn't run on money, it runs on power and the promises behind it.